my favorite topics is self-esteem, which I know that you talk about yeah, a lot, and I know that. And self-esteem is something that you have to have internally. I mean, there's two folds, isn't it? You have to develop it in here,
Yeah.
and then you can help others with it as well. So you talk to me about self-esteem. How do you promote in your clients a healthy level of self-esteem for people who are starting down here who might not think that they can do it?
So the self-esteem is part of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We all need
Yes.
self-esteem. After we've got security, food, shelter, self-esteem is the next thing. And the more self-esteem we have, the more confidence we're going to have, and the better we're going to be able to do. And one of the things with self-esteem is that it gets eaten away, and it can be through our own dissatisfaction with our performance. It can be with other people's, and that might be true or false actually when it's ourselves, and it can be other people's dissatisfaction of our performance. And again, those are the negative energy suckers, and the best thing to do is to just get them out of your life.
Right.
Don't listen to them. But then you've got the self-speak, and what you need to do is, if we could, I don't know who said this, but if we could all see ourselves as other people see us,
Yes.
we'd be a lot happier. And the thing that I tell people...
There is truth in that. There is truth in that, because we tend to oftentimes are harder on ourselves than other people really are.
Well, I get that when people talk to me and they say, "Wow, you're doing this, you're doing that." I'm like, really? I'm just an ordinary bloke who stumbled.
Puts one pants on, like you were saying the other day.
Well, that's what my dad always told me. Even the Queen puts her trousers on one leg at a time, so don't be too impressed with everybody.
True.
But yeah, I'm just an ordinary guy. But when I speak to people, they say, "Oh, you've done this and you've done this," and it's like, "Oh, wow, yeah." Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I have. So what I do with clients is I get them to create a recognition board. So write down all of the things that you've done, so that when you're going through a bad patch, you can go back and you can look at them and remind yourself of just how good you are. And does it work? 99% of the time, because if you are actually struggling...
That's a good percentage.
Yeah, absolutely. When I worked in this company where when I was having a little bit of leadership challenges, and they didn't like the way I led. They wanted me to do command and control, which I refused to do.
Okay.
I'm people first.
Right.
Be close to the people. Give them everything they need, because we don't do any work. The people do the work.
Yes.
So give your people everything they need to be successful. When you do that, then you'll be successful, or they'll be successful for you. So I used to read on LinkedIn. I had 100 testimonials. So whenever I felt bad, I would go back and read through the nice things that people had said about me, and that allowed me to think, you know what, the people who work for me like the way I do things. I'm going to continue. So build yourself a board. Any positive feedback you've had, put that on that board, and when you're feeling down, go back and read that. And if you don't have any, go get some.
Absolutely.
Ask people what they think of you.
That's a good. So you call that a recognition board?
A recognition board, yeah.
And basically, I mean, just for our viewers out there, if they want to do that even today, just a poster board and go out and start pinning things on it.
I mean, I have one at home, and I write for Inc. magazine, so I have a big picture of Inc. It says, Inc. magazine, entrepreneur, anything. My bronze swimming certificate when I was 13. Put it all on there.
Yeah.
And when you look at the amount of success you've had over your life, it's probably going to be a lot more than you think, but you forget about it because we tend to remember more the bad times than the good times.
Why do we do that? And you're right.
We're just very sad people who are always looking for excuses why we're not good enough. That would be me.
Maybe that's what it is. It's an excuse not to move past the fear or the obstacle we were talking about before.
Well, and sometimes it is. We just have that I'm not good enough feeling, and sometimes that can be built into us as children.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to be thinner, but I know it's not possible because my mother told me we come from a fat family. We've always been fat. We'll always be fat, and she told me that and my brothers and sisters from the age of about 4.
Okay.
So why would I now have a different belief? So some of these things can be very deep-rooted that we have to, when you're coaching, and I'm not that kind of coach. You need to go to somebody who knows NLP and
Yeah.
for those kind of things, but you need to kind of pull them out and reprogram yourself.
That's true. That's very true.